game's coming up at noon tomorrow. By the way, Iowa's favored by 1.5 points, so it's pretty much a pick 'em. It's basically who do you think is going to win this game? It's about even. So Iowa Rutgers, who do you think is going to win this game tonight?
Iowa will win the game.
Iowa will win the game tonight.
I think it's going to be very, very close. I think the first one to get to 20 tonight wins the game.
Mm-hmm.
First one to 20 tonight wins the game.
Looks like the odd makers are kind of on the same ballpark. They're saying first to 23 will win the game.
Okay.
And then noon tomorrow, game in the Big Ten, Maryland versus Wisconsin at Camp Randall. That is on NBC Peacock tomorrow. Wisconsin favored by 9.5. The first one, again, to 23 is expected to win that game.
Okay. I mean, again, they're going with their backup quarterback at Wisconsin. Billy Edwards is out.
Yeah. And then the top 25 matchup at noon on Fox, Texas Tech versus Utah. That is in Salt Lake, 17 versus 16.
First of all, I saw Utah play UCLA, so let's take the UCLA part of it out of it. They looked really sharp in the opener. Their quarterback I like. I mean, it's one thing Kyle Whittingham plays a Big Ten style. He wants big, powerful offensive linemen up front. Now, Texas Tech, I mean, double eagle, baby. Yeah, the double eagle twins out there, the two billionaires have this roster stocked. They worked very hard up until June 30th to give them the best shot at being a winning football program. We're going to find out now under Joey McGuire whether it pays off.
Yeah.
And I think Texas Tech may win the game.
Well, we will find out. By the way, Utah is, if I'm not mistaken, 7th in the nation in rushing yards per game, which is 290 rushing yards a game. That's an incredible amount.
Right. Well, it is, because then you look at the other half. Like Colorado's got a game this weekend. Colorado has to find a different way to win. They're trying to. Colorado was last in all of FBS last year in rushing. Last. So now, with Shedeur Sanders moving on to the Browns, with Travis Hunter moving on to the Jags, plus the other receivers were drafted, and they made rosters.
Jimmy Horn Jr.
They made rosters. Okay, I mean, they had some good receivers to go with Hunter.
Yeah.
They were dead last in the FBS in rushing because they didn't worry about rushing the ball. Well, now they have a different type of team. They need to be concerned about running the football. And right now, it's not paying off. They are 15th out of 16 in the Big 12 in rushing right now.
Yeah, they're averaging about 124 yards on the ground a game.
Yeah.
Another matchup for a top 25 team. UAB is down to Knoxville to take on Tennessee and Joey Aguilar and co. Tennessee's favored by 38.5 points in that game. Logical. Then 3 o'clock, Big Ten, Oregon State versus Oregon. We've discussed that already. Oregon State coming in 0-3 on the season. Former Duke quarterback, I believe, Malik Murphy is their quarterback.
Yes, he is.
For the Beavers.
I think I've already gone through this
a few times.
But about very quickly, cliff notes on it. Jonathan Smith was the head coach. Oregon State guy. Oregon State grad, through and through. Getting the job as the head coach meant
the world
so much to him. And did a heck of a job.
They were good.
Oregon State was a really good football team when he was the head coach. But then everything got flushed with the Pac-12. When it got flushed, he took the Michigan State job. That tells you everything about when one of your people, where it is in his blood that he is an Oregon State guy through and through, and looks around and says, I can't do this. And goes to Michigan State because he thinks he has a better shot at winning. And that tells you where they are as a program right now.
Coming up at 3:30, another top 25 team, Florida State, lays host to Kent State. That game, 3:30, Florida State favored by 44.5 points.
Last year, that game would have been close. This year,
it would have been. Then top 25 matchup, Auburn versus Oklahoma. That's at 3:30 in Norman.
That is a big game for both teams. It may be a tone setter for the winner moving forward. It's a conference game. They're both off to really good starts. And this could be one of those that the team that walks out of there is going to walk out with exponentially more confidence that they're on the right path. So that's going to be a game.
Also,
big game.
Jackson Arnold was kind of booted out unceremoniously from Oklahoma, if I remember right, and now he gets to return back to Norman.
Yeah, but
Going to have some emotion there.
But no offense, he's not John Mateer.
No, he's not.
Mateer is a better quarterback. They upgraded the quarterback, with all due respect to Jackson Arnold.
Yeah. 3:30, same time, Tulane versus Ole Miss. As you mentioned, Ole Miss without Austin Simmons, their quarterback, taking on Jake Retzloff in a 3-0 Tulane Green Wave. Would not surprise me if Tulane wins this game. Mississippi is currently favored by 12.5 points. Tulane's a good team. Green Wave are good. And if they don't have their quarterback, it's something.
I mean, Retzlaff will give them a puncher's chance. How about that? I did not think that Ole Miss played well against Arkansas. Arkansas made the big mistake when they were driving. They fumbled the ball. And that's what ended the hope Arkansas. I thought, but Arkansas is good. I mean, I'm just saying, Retzlaff gives Tulane a puncher's chance.
That game is saying the first one to 31 will win that game. It is meant to be 91 degrees down in Oxford. 3:30, back to the Big Ten, CBS Paramount, Michigan versus Nebraska in Lincoln. As you said yesterday, the matchup of the two highest recruited quarterbacks. Why are you laughing, Steve? What's so funny? What's funny?
I swear we make stuff up just to make it a bigger deal than it is.
Well, without the headlines, thoughts on the game: Michigan top 21st ranked in the nation, Nebraska looking to get better and improve.
Underwood has to play better in a setting like this compared to what he did at Oklahoma, because they can't just be a running football team and play defense. They can't. They've already proven that, and he's the upgrade there. Here's the problem I have with Michigan. It's not Underwood. I am not big at all on their wide receivers. Samaj Morgan doesn't light me up. Right? The kid that transferred from Indiana, Donovan McCulley, who started his career at Indiana as a quarterback, and they made him a wide receiver. He's like their big hope. I'm like, no. He doesn't have great receivers to throw to. Raiola, I think Dana Holgerson has been very smart with how he has gone about this. He has a very high completion percentage because they're doing a lot of passing plays that are under 8 yards. Dink, dunk, right? And they've been good with it. At some point, you're going to have to hit something, and I don't mean a 50-yarder.
20, 30.
You're going to have to hit something in that 15 to 30-yard range. Right? And they're going to have to do that and be accurate with it. And I think that's – and the game's at Nebraska. Sharon Moore won't coach it because he chose not to coach it.
That game, Michigan's favored by 1.5 points. So, again, a toss-up. First one to 24 is the expectation.
You get to pick your own suspension?
Crazy.
What are we doing here?
I don't know, Steve.
Right?
I do not know.
I realize it's one of the greatest things ever, suspended with pay.
Yes.
I mean,
pretty good.
Right? Okay. We're going to pay you not to work.
Not bad.
Okay. I mean, let's look at the team picture of the photo of people here. I'd do it.
Oy vey.
That morning show guy. Yep, I'm out.
That one's expected first 24. Who do you think takes that one home?
Nebraska.
Nebraska takes that one home. Also at 3:30 going on in Indiana at Notre Dame. Purdue versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame needs their first win on the season.
They'll get it.
Purdue's in flux. Let's put it that way.
They're in flux. I think Odom's a good coach, though. I think that was a good hire, but they are not anywhere close yet.
Notre Dame is favored by 25.5 points in that game.
Yep.
Going on at 4:30.
And they'll be able to run the ball.
Oh, yeah. Going on at 4:30, Temple at Georgia Tech. Another game for Haynes King & Co. They're favored by 23.5 points down in Atlanta.
Yep.
7 o'clock kickoffs for the top 25. The big game, Beau Pribula versus LaNorris Sellers. South Carolina at Missouri. That one is at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Missouri favored by 9.5 points.
You wonder why Eli Drinkwitz in the offseason was the only SEC coach to say he wanted automatic qualifiers. Because, of course, they had to make the decision by December 1 moving forward. What do you do? Do you want 12? Do you want 16? If you want 16, do you want automatic qualifiers? Do you want to do 5 plus 11? It's all these decisions have to be made, or keep it at 12. He wanted automatic qualifiers because his point is quite simple. He says, I'm not a blue blood. I'm not a blue blood. So I don't start the season in the top 25. In fact, I believe Missouri was picked 12th.
They were.
In the SEC. And that's his point. He says, I want to be in a position where I don't have to fight my way up to get into the top 12 or 16, whatever the number happens.
I just want to fight my way up in the conference and get myself where I need to.
Right. And that's why he voted for it. He says, because why is Notre Dame at 0-2, albeit against two very good teams, Miami and Texas A&M? Why are they ranked? Right? Because, number one, they're Notre Dame.
Yep.
Right? And they played a good schedule. Have they won against the schedule?
No.
No. Now, that doesn't mean in 3 weeks
they can't be there.
Say they're 3-2. Now, okay, but Eli Drinkowitz at 0-2 is not even on the radar.
No.
Playing the same two teams at Missouri. He's not on the radar. Okay? South Carolina at 0-2 is not on the radar. Right? They're not ranked.
Yeah.
And I'm not picking on Notre Dame, but I'm not. But
it's just they're 0-2.
They're 0-2,
ranked.
And I'm saying if these two programs, which are both very good programs, if they're 0-2, they are not even on the radar, and they're weeks away from getting on the radar. Weeks away.
These two teams.
That's why that game is big for both teams. One of them is going to walk out of that game, and they'll be like, "Hey, here we go."
Yes, it is a big game, 7 p.m. on ESPN. Going on another big game, Florida versus Miami. That's down in Hard Rock.
Okay, Florida needs this game.
They do
badly. Lagwell played better compared to 2 weeks ago. Miami is shown to be an explosive team so far. But I also feel like, you look at Carson Beck, he's got the freshman receiver is fabulous. I think he's a really good player. I like him. Mullins, his name, whatever his name is. Right. But for Florida, this is, if they want to have any semblance of a season, they've got to win this game.
Yeah. They need to win. Miami's favored by 8.5 points down there. They're saying the first one, 26, will win that game. Okay. 7:30, Georgia State versus Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia and co. favored by 28.5 points there. Okay. And Big Ten, the big one.
I believe that if he gets a 7th year, I believe he's then going to be on the Vanderbilt pension plan.
Probably. I think he's as old as I am. The 7:30 game, Big Ten, Illinois, Indiana, 9 versus 19 in Bloomington.
I'm going to guess that in the history of this series, that there's never been greater importance on this matchup than this year. It doesn't mean over the years like there hasn't been a terrific Illinois team on one side, but Indiana wasn't good enough. Or that Indiana was a terrific team on one side, but Illinois wasn't good enough. The fact that they are both perceived at the same time as being good
is the thing.
May never have happened in this series. BB's out.
Yes.
So their running back that is so important to what they want to do is out. But Mendoza has turned out to be, he is Curtis Rourke this year.
And they have a real good receiving core.
The receiving core is very good at Indiana.
Surratt, Cooper.
Yep, challenging. Cooper's actually goes back to Tom Allen recruited him.
Yeah. 13 receptions, 299 yards, 4 touchdowns for him. Pretty good return on investment.
Now, some of these are inflated by the Indiana State game. I understand that. Illinois, though, is the better team. I think they're the better all-around team. Brett Bielema, whom I feel has matured as a coach. I go back to his Wisconsin days, and it was always, because this is back in those days, they did the Big Ten conference calls. So I would listen to his conference calls, like every coach every week, trying to pick up whatever nuggets I could. to do what I had to do because we did a Big Ten report every week. And it was always about, well, we tell them to do this. We told them to do that. Well, we kept telling them and they didn't do it. Now he's more mature about how he approaches that in public. He's not like all about like the coaches and about me. Mm-hmm. He's now more about, and I think he's been able to recruit a team that is more in his image. Tough, hard-nosed defensive team, really good in the trenches on the offensive line. Mm-hmm. He's got a quarterback who, after having 2 years ago a disaster at home against Penn State where they picked off 5 passes in Champaign. You're like, hey. Last year, you could see he had no picks coming into the game. Then in the game against Penn State,
A.J. Harris.
Yeah, A.J. Harris got him. But Penn State completely bottled them up last year. Mm-hmm. They, except for the one, I think it was the opening drive. Mm-hmm. They did nothing the rest of the night. Since that point, though, Altmaier has played really well, and they have a good running game because of that big physical offensive line. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is a game, I'm looking forward to watching it. I think Illinois is the better team because I think they're better all around than Indiana is.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the odds, IU is favored. They're both IU.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. It looks like, if I'm not mistaken, Indiana is favored by 6.5 points in this game. It's the first one to 27 there. Coming up at 8 o'clock, Sam Houston versus Texas. Arch Manning needs to play well. Sam Houston, they're favored to beat them by 40 points.
It's only one guy.
Yeah.
And not only that, I don't think he's with us any longer.
No. Southeast Louisiana against LSU.
I've been to the Alamo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Southeast Louisiana versus LSU, 7:45. Yeah. LSU should win that one. Yeah. In the Big Ten, 7:30, Washington versus Washington State. That one is in Pullman.
It's the same story. It is the same story as Oregon State. I think Washington State's a little bit better than Oregon State, but it's the same story. Washington, by the way, Washington's become a good team.
Jonah Coleman's a really good running back.
But Jack and I talked about Jonah Coleman weeks before Penn State played Washington. Mm-hmm. That was one of the impressive things about that game that night in Beaver Stadium.
They bottled him up.
They bottled up Coleman, which was big because nobody had bottled him up to that point. And Williams, because of Williams' ability to run, he's made Coleman a better running back. Mm-hmm. And I think that Washington, they'll win the game by 4 touchdowns.
They're favored by 20.5 points there. And the last one to wrap up the night, the top 25 USC team, 25th in the nation, will take on Michigan State at home in the Memorial Coliseum. And USC is favored by 18.5 points in this game. Odds makers say first one to 28 points will win.
Yeah. Michigan State, in watching them against Boston College, did not play well defensively. Mm-hmm. Aiden Childs kind of bailed them out in that game. And USC, what's interesting about USC is that when Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma, they consistently ran for 3,000 yards. Mm-hmm. Last year, and we saw how the season played out for them, even though they averaged like 5.5 yards, like 5.4 yards a carry last year, they only gained 1,700 yards rushing last year. He got so pass heavy, and you could see in the Penn State game, it's like he didn't trust his running game. And I thought Woody Marks, who was
a great running back
last year, I thought Woody Marks was a pretty good player. Jack and I were like, boy, Woody Marks is pretty good. But it's like they didn't trust their running game. That'll be one of the keys in this. How much now does Lincoln Riley trust his running game, which makes life for his quarterback easier? Because at Oklahoma, even though he had Baker Mayfield, he had Kyler Murray, and then eventually Caleb Williams, he still ran the ball and felt confident enough to do it. At USC, it seems he has lost that confidence in running the ball. It seems like they're running the ball more and better this year, and he's going to need to do that against Michigan State.